In our lifetime, we absorb facts, information, and skills. We get our theoretical and practical understanding through education and experience. It's called knowledge. Welcome to Northeast Michigan's high school quiz show, Knowledge Bowl. Let's join two of our 14 competing high schools in their quest for knowledge. And now, your host, Joe Rybarczyk.
Hello and welcome to Knowledge Bowl. My name is Joseph Rybarczyk and it's my pleasure to be your moderator for Northeast Michigan's high school quiz show. Today I'm joined by teams from AuGres on my left and Roscommon on my right. And before we begin our game today, we're going to hear introductions from both teams, and we'll start with Roscommon, starting with their team captain.
Jesse Watkins, Senior.
Michael Feetsai, Junior.
Riley McNamara, Junior.
Dane Smits, Junior.
Sean Witherspoon, Senior.
Trey Helene, Junior.
And they're joined by their team coach, Jim Perialis. Thanks for joining us. And now we'll move over to AuGres, starting with their team captain.
Caden Anthony, Senior.
Ramsey Ford, Senior.
Ryan Schweierson, Junior.
Gabe Beardsley, Junior.
Evan Smock, Sophomore.
Hope Anthony, Freshman.
And they're joined by their team coach, Kathy Macheski. Thanks for joining us. I also want to thank our judges today, Matthew Fitzpatrick and Dylan Arthur. And before we begin our game today, here is how the first round works.
Round 1 is a toss-up format. A question will be asked and the first competitor to ring in has the opportunity to answer the question. If a correct answer is given, the team is awarded 10 points. No consulting is allowed. If the answer is incorrect, then the question goes to the opposing team to answer.
All right, so let's jump right into our first toss-up round. In 1906, she became the first woman to teach at Sorbonne. Can you name her? As Marie Curie. Where did Brigham Young say, "This is the place"? A monument was built commemorating this choice. Jesse.
Salt Lake City.
Yes, correct. What is the general term for warfare between two groups of citizens in the same country? Dane.
Revolution.
No, sorry. Gray. Ramsey?
Civil War.
Civil War, right. All four soldiers buried in the tomb of the unknown soldier were posthumously awarded which two military decorations? Dane.
The Purple Heart and the Golden Cross.
Sorry. Anyone from AuGres? Ramsey.
The Purple Heart and the Blue Heart.
No, sorry. Purple Heart is correct. The other is the Congressional Medal of Honor. What is the only cabinet department whose head is not known as secretary? Ramsey.
The President.
No, sorry. Roscommon, anyone? That would be Justice. Crabs that crawl out of the water to spend part of their time on land have two breathing organs. What are they? Caden.
Lungs and gills.
That's right. Who said, "Plato is dear to me, but dearer still is truth"? Ramsey.
Socrates.
No, sorry. Roscommon, anyone? Riley?
Aristotle.
Aristotle, right. When you swallow to relieve pressure in your plugged ears, you're relieving pressure on what specific body part? Ramsey.
Your head.
No, sorry. Sorry, Jesse?
Eardrum.
No, I'm sorry, it's the eustachian tube. To find the trigonometric function of an angle of 125 degrees, what reference angle must be used? Ramsey.
55.
55, correct. What material extracted from pine trees is used to prepare paints, varnishes, and soap?
Sap. Tree sap.
No, I'm sorry. And I'll finish the question. Paints, varnishes, and soap in addition to helping pitchers keep a firm, dry grip on a baseball. AuGres. And that is rosin. Etchings are prints made from a design cut into a metal plate by means of A, chisels, B, explosives, C, fingernails, or D, acid. Ramsey.
Acid.
Acid, that's right. What is the dance in which hip and hand motions tell a story? Dane. No, sorry. AuGres, anyone? We're looking for hula. What word was paired with asphalt and blackboard to form titles of two 1950s movies? Ramsey.
Red.
No, sorry. Roscommon, anyone?
Blacktop.
Riley. No, sorry. The word is jungle. Howard Carter, who discovered King Tut's tomb, was what kind of archaeological specialist? Michael.
A paleontologist.
Sorry, no. AuGres. He was an Egyptologist. Name the only man who was the author of two state songs, Kentucky's and Florida's. And that's Stephen Foster. And that's going to do it for our first round. We'll be right back with some scores and for our bonus round. Welcome back. We have some scores for you. So far, AuGres is at 40 points and Roscommon at 20 points. Now we're going to move into our bonus round, but before we do that, here's how it works.
This is the bonus round. It consists of toss-up questions, as in round 1. However, this is the twist. The team answering correctly then gets 4 bonus questions. For each question answered correctly, a series of points will be awarded. Team members can consult, but only the team captain can answer the question. After an incorrect answer, the toss-up portion begins again for both teams.
All right, so let's jump into our bonus round now, but we're going to start off with some toss-up questions. What two-word nickname was given to the 3 U.S. Senators, Daniel Webster of Massachusetts, John C. Calhoun of South Carolina, and Henry Clay of Kentucky, because their leadership was responsible for holding America together during the first half of the 1800s? Riley.
Founding Fathers.
No, I'm sorry. AuGres, anyone? It was the Great Triumvirate. Identify both the Mississippi River's largest eastern tributary and its largest western tributary. Riley.
For eastern, the Ohio River, and for western, the Snake.
No, sorry. AuGres, anyone? Gabe.
For eastern Ohio River and for western Colorado River.
No, I'm sorry. Ohio River is correct. The other is the Missouri River. Give the atomic number of the element neon. Michael.
10.
10, right. So now we'll move into a bonus round for Roscommon. Your topic is mythology.
Ooh.
The name of what type of food is derived from the Roman goddess of agriculture?
Cereal.
And that is cereal. Okay, so now we'll go back to toss-up questions. They covered the face of the whole earth so that the land was darkened, and there remained not any green thing in the trees or in the herbs of the field through all the land of Egypt. The earliest written account of a plague of this insect... Caden.
Locusts?
Locusts, right. So now we'll move over to bonus questions for AuGres. I'll define words that each contain at least 3 S sounds. Identify the sibilants. A female tailor. All right, that is seamstress. Okay, toss-up questions again. These three sites are among photographer Ansel Adams' favorite Western subjects. I'll name the sites and you name the states. Yosemite Valley, Teton National Park, and Olympic National Park. Riley.
Olympic, Washington, Yosemite, California, and Teton, Wyoming.
That's right. Okay, go over to the bonus questions now for Roscommon. Each of the following words uses a head to convey its meaning. Two baseball games on the same day.
Doubleheader.
That's right. The process by which large corporations get their executives.
Headhunting.
Headhunting, right. A jellied log or sausage using various chopped and boiled parts of an animal.
Head hog.
No, sorry. It's actually head cheese. Okay, back to the toss-up questions. On a weather map, you see a heavy black line from which a series of solid triangles is emerging. The symbol represents A, an overcast condition, B, a cold front, C, a hurricane warning, or D, 100% chance of snow, or E, an occluded front. Riley.
A cold front.
Cold front, right. Okay, some more bonus questions here. All answers begin with B. This is where Sherlock Holmes resides.
B. Baker Street.
That's right. This is where you find Long Island, Cat Island, and Nassau.
Brooklyn.
Sorry. That is Bahamas. Okay, so back to the toss-up questions. What's the obvious distinguishing feature of Beethoven's Ninth? Ramsey.
The addition of a low brass section.
No, sorry. Roscommon, anyone? It has a movement written for chorus. If an acute angle of one right triangle equals an acute angle of another right triangle, then the two triangles are said to be what? Ramsey.
45 degrees.
No, sorry. Dane.
Congruent.
No, actually looking for the word similar. Although known primarily as an explorer and court politician, he also wrote The Discovery of Guiana, The Passionate Man's Pilgrimage, and History of the World. Name the Elizabethan. Riley.
Mel Gibson.
No, sorry. AuGres, anyone? It is Sir Walter Raleigh. And that's going to do it for our bonus round. We'll be right back with some updated scores and for our 60-second round. Welcome back. We have some updated scores for you. Right now, AuGres is at 50 points and Roscommon is at 70 points. We also have an alternate joining us on Roscommon's side, so welcome Sean Witherspoon to the game.
Thank you.
And before we begin our 60-second round, here is how it works.
This is our 60-second round. The team with the lowest score selects from one of the 4 categories of 10 questions. The team that has 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. Each correct answer is worth 10 points. Any missed questions will then be answered by the opposing team. An additional 20-point bonus is awarded for answering all 10 questions correctly.
Okay, so let's begin our 60-second round, and we're going to start with AuGres. AuGres, your topic today is weather. The rate at which you cool under different temperature and wind conditions is called what?
Cooling time.
Cooling time.
Sorry. A meteorologist's prediction about the weather conditions in a specific region is called what?
A prediction.
Forecast.
Forecast.
Correct. By what natural process is the Earth's atmosphere cleaned?
Greenhouse gas.
Oxidation.
Oxidation.
Sorry. What type of cloud is most likely to produce several consecutive days of rain?
Cumulonimbus.
Cumulonimbus.
Sorry. Several large asterisks on a weather map signal what weather condition?
Snow.
Correct. You'd associate Dorothy with a tornado, but her name is what other wind?
Hurricane.
Sorry. The density of air is influenced by relative humidity and what else?
Air pressure.
Air pressure.
Sorry. 10 inches of snowfall is equivalent to about how much rain?
3 inches.
3 inches.
Sorry. Okay. Any past or missed questions will now go over to Roscommon. The rate at which you cool under different temperature and wind conditions is called what?
Do you have one? No answer.
And that would be the wind chill factor. By what natural process is the Earth's atmosphere cleaned?
Ozonation.
No, sorry. It's actually precipitation. What type of cloud is most likely to produce several consecutive days of rain?
Cumulus.
Sorry, it's stratus. You'd associate Dorothy with a tornado, but her last name is what other wind?
No answer.
And that would be gale. The density of air is influenced by relative humidity and what else?
Temperature.
Temperature is right. 10 inches of snowfall is equivalent to about how much rain?
5 inches.
No, sorry, 1 inch, actually. Okay, so now we'll move over to Roscommon. And Roscommon, your topic today is Cleopatra. Name 1 year in which Cleopatra lived.
11 AD.
No, sorry. She was considered a descendant of what Egyptian goddess?
Pass.
She was born and lived in what capital?
Cairo.
Sorry. She was restored to the throne by what lover after the Battle of Alexandria?
Mark Antony.
Sorry. She became the mistress of which member of the Second Triumvirate?
Mark Antony.
Correct. She often luxuriated on what kind of 300-foot-long vessel?
Yacht.
Sorry. By what means did both Antony and Cleopatra die?
Suicide.
Correct. How did she commit suicide?
Poison.
Correct. Cleopatra's death marked the end of what foreign dynasty in Egypt?
Pass.
The Ptolemies were not Egyptians, but of what nationality? Okay, so now any past or missed questions, we'll go over to AuGres. Name 1 year in which Cleopatra lived.
1223 BC.
1223 BC.
No, sorry. It would be anywhere between 69 and 30 BC. She was considered a descendant of what Egyptian goddess?
Isis.
Isis, right. She was born and lived in what capital?
Capital of Egypt.
Sorry, looking for Alexandria. She was restored to the throne by what lover after the Battle of Alexandria?
King Tut.
Sorry. Look for Julius Caesar. She often luxuriated on what kind of 300-foot-long vessel?
Boat.
Sorry, we're looking for barge. And Cleopatra's death marked the end of what foreign dynasty in Egypt?
The Egyptian dynasty.
No, looking for Ptolemies. All right, so that's going to do it for our 60-second round. We'll be right back with some scores and for our final round. Welcome back. We have some updated scores for you. Right now, AuGres is at 80 points and Roscommon at 110. Still a very close game. Now we're going to move on to our final round, which is it's another toss-up round. It's the same as the first round, so let's just begin. What word of greeting is often used with the words mat and wagon?
Welcome.
That's right, welcome. They're rarely longer than 1/200th of an inch. They reproduce by splitting. They're a food source for fish. They're abundantly present in all oceans, and they possess glass-like shells. What type of plant life has all of these characteristics? Ramsey.
Coral.
Sorry. Roscommon, anyone? Michael.
Algae.
Sorry, looking for diatoms. What introduces a dependent clause? Ramsey.
Independent clause.
Sorry. Roscommon. Michael.
A prepositional phrase.
No, sorry. A subordinate conjunction. Spell the heteronym that means having no legal efficacy or a chronically ill person. Ramsey.
S-I-C-K.
Sorry. Roscommon, anyone? Michael.
M-E-N-T-A-L.
No, sorry. Looking for I-N-V-A-L-I-D. After Thomas Edison's invention of the incandescent light, the great inventor was ready to market direct current equipment, but a competitor arose to offer alternate current electricity. Although Edison attempted to depict AC as lethal because it was used in the first electric chair in 1890, DC would lose the marketing war. Who was Edison's... Ramsey.
Nikola Tesla.
No, sorry. Who was Edison's victorious rival? Roscommon? That is George Westinghouse. Convert the following radian measure to degrees. 3 pi over 4. Ramsey.
3.14.
No, sorry. Roscommon, anyone?
75 degrees.
I'm sorry, it's actually 135 degrees. What type of bond makes materials such as copper and silver such good electrical conductors? Michael.
A metallic bond.
Metallic bond, right. Name 3 of the 4 things that can happen to electromagnetic energy when it interacts with a material. Ramsey.
Electricity goes through it.
No, sorry. Roscommon, anyone? Sean.
Attract.
Okay, sorry, we're looking for 3 of the 4 things, and it can be refracted, reflected, scattered, or absorbed. What word meaning to extort or swindle also means to scoop, dig, or force out with? That is to gouge. What type of agreement is made between the Pope and a civil government to regulate the affairs of the church within a state? Caden.
A treaty.
No, sorry.
A social contract.
No, sorry, it's a concordat. Name the only U.S. state with no straight lines making up its boundary. Ramsey.
Rhode Island.
No, sorry. Roscommon? Michael.
California.
No, sorry. The answer is Hawaii. The Ionian Islands belong to Greece. To what country does the island of Iona belong? Ramsey.
Italy.
Wrong, sorry. Roscommon?
Turkey.
Sorry, it's actually Scotland. Sir Walter Scott's Bride of Lammermoor is the basis for what Donizetti opera? That is Lucia di Lammermoor. If the folks at the United States Treasury were to throw a New Year's Eve party to ring in the new fiscal year for the U.S. government, what night would it be held? Ramsey.
December 19th.
No, sorry. Roscommon, anyone? Riley.
January 1st.
Sorry. It's actually September 30th. Match the following pioneers of psychology with their accomplishments. The names are Ivan Pavlov, Alfred Binet, Carl Jung, B.F. Skinner. And the accomplishments: developed the intelligence test, developed applications for behaviorism, demonstrated the conditioned reflex, and developed the theory of collective unconscious. Ramsey.
Pavlov with behavior, Bennett with IQ test, Young with reflectionary, And Skinner with unconsciousness.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Roscommon, anyone? Michael.
Skinner with behaviorism, Young with intellect, Bennett with behavior,
All right. So it was Pavlov with conditioned reflex, Bennett with intelligence test, Jung with collective unconscious, and Skinner with behaviorism. All right, and that's going to do it for our final round. We'll be right back with the final scores. Welcome back. We have the final scores for today's games for you. AuGres ended the game at 90 and Roscommon at 120. So congratulations, Roscommon, on your win today. Please join us next time where Ogama will be going up against Hale. Of course, I'm going to leave you with a quote by the great philosopher Plato, who said, "Knowledge is the food of the soul." So remember, stay hungry, my friends.